exactly what this method is asking us to do. Just replace something, okay? So, whenever we are doing substitution, the first thing that you always want to do is solve for a single variable. What that means is you need to have one letter all by itself before you can start. So, these are the two equations they gave me. In either one of those equations, is there a one letter that's already all by itself on one side of the equal sign? Yeah, right? In this equation right here, we have the y all by itself. So y equals 3x. So we didn't have to do any work there. That was already done for us, right? The second step says to substitute and solve. So that means I am going to take what y is equal to. What does it say y is equal to? 3x. I'm going to take it and substitute it in to the other equation. Anywhere there's a y, I take it out and substitute it with what we know y is equal to, which in this case is 3x. Right? So now I'm going to rewrite the second equation with that new information. So the equation starts out as x plus, what did we say we were going to replace y with? 3x is equal to 8. So now we got rid of the y, we can solve for x. Okay? So if I'm going to solve for x, what should I do first? Add them, right? Add the like terms. What is x plus 3x? 4x. So I have 4x is equal to 8. Okay? Then what should I do? Divide. Alright, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And when I divide both sides by 4, what do we end up getting for x? 2. Very good. Okay. So, remember, we said yesterday and the day before that whenever you're solving equations like these, we can get those three different types of answers, right? Our coordinate point, no solution, or infinitely many solutions are three possible outcomes. Well, if we're answering that we get a coordinate point, then we need an x and we need a y, right? So I found the x. All that's left is to find the other value and then write the final answer, okay? So now I'm going to look for y. So since I know what x is, I can now take 2 and anywhere there's an x, I can replace it, okay? So now I'm going to take the 2 and plug it in up here. So I'm going to rewrite the equation and replace the x. So that first equation is going to be y equals, we have 3 times, what did we say we can replace x with? 2. Alright, so now I just need to simplify. What is 3 times 2? 6. So y is equal to 6. Alright, so I found x and I found y. Now I just write them as a coordinate point or an ordered pair. So if the answer is going to be 2, 6. Okay. All right, let's do another one. So, here on number 2, it reminds us our first step is to solve for a single variable. So, right now, do either one of these equations have a letter by itself? No. So, I'm going to need to fix that. So, it doesn't matter which one we pick. Maybe we pick the top one. Okay, so we got 2x plus y equals 9. We're going to try and get that y by itself. How would I get the y by itself? What do we need to move? Right, we're going to subtract the 2x, right? Okay. So now I have y is equal to, can we actually subtract the 2x from the 9? No. So I'm going to keep them separate. We'll have negative 2x, positive 9, right? Okay, so now do we have a letter by itself? Okay, so step 1, done. Next, it says to substitute and solve. So just like last time, now that I know this is what y is equal to, I can take it and substitute it in to that second equation. So anywhere there's a y, we're going to take it out and replace it with what we now know that y is. Okay? So I'm going to start rewriting this equation. So the equation starts out as x plus, what's next? 4, okay. And then it was times y, right? But what did we say we can replace y with? Right, negative 2x plus 9. There we go, good. All right, and then we finish writing the equation. So it equals 1. All right, now we're just going to solve it like we would any equation. So if we're going to solve, what are we going to need to do first? Very good, very good. So I'm going to distribute that 4 into the parentheses. So I'm just going to bring down that x plus that was out in front. What is 4 times negative 2x? Negative 8x. So I'm actually going to change this to a minus 8x. Okay, but we also have to multiply that 4 times the 9. What is 4 times 9? 36. Okay, and then what should we do? Subtract 8 from what? 1, right? These are like terms. They go together. So I'm not moving anything to different sides yet. We always combine like terms. So we've got 1x minus 8x. What is 1x minus 8x? Negative 7, right? So I've got negative 7x plus 36 equals 1. Okay, now what should we do? Subtract 36, very good. Okay, what is 1 minus 36? No, negative 35, yes, very good. All right, and then what should we do? Divide by what? Very good. And what is negative 35 divided by negative 7? So 2 negatives make it a positive 5. Very good. Okay. All right. Then it says for our last step, now that we've taken care of this, find the other value and write the solution. So remember, just like we did on the last one, now that I know what x is, I can take it and plug it in to one of those original equations. Okay? It doesn't matter which one. You can use the top or the bottom, whichever one you prefer. So let's say we use the top one. So I'm going to have 2 times x. What did we say we can replace x with now? 5, plus y equals 9. Okay? So what are we going to do first here? What is 2 times 5? Good. So we got 10 plus y equals 9. And what should we do? Very good. So now we have 9 minus 10, which gives us, very good. All right. So I found y. I already had found x. So now all I have to do is write it as a coordinate point. So which one comes first, x or y? X. So I'm going to have 5, comma, negative 1. All right. Okay, and we do one more together. Flip it over onto the back. Okay, so this time they're using different letters besides x and y, but we still solve it the exact same way. Okay? So, first step is to get one of the variables all by itself. Right now, are any of those variables by themselves? No. So it doesn't matter which one we pick, but if we look ahead, there's probably one that's easier than the other. Like here, this B doesn't have a number in front of it, right? So that means that all we really need to do is move something to the other side. But here, both of these have numbers in front of it, so it's going to be an extra step to try and get it by itself. So we're going to pick this one because it's probably going to be easier for us. So we're going to have 2a minus b is equal to 1. All right, so what would we do to try and get b by itself? Subtract 2a, very good. So I've got negative b is equal to, again, we can't combine those because they're different. We've got negative 2a and positive 1. All right, now the only thing is we don't want our letter to be a negative, so how do I get rid of that negative in front of b? Divide, right? There's a secret number out here, it's a 1, so I divide everything by negative 1 to fix it. So those will divide out, and I have b is equal to, what's negative 2 divided by negative 1? Positive 2. And what's positive 1 divided by negative 1? Negative 1. So now do we have a letter all by itself? Yeah. Okay. So now that I have a letter by itself, I can take this, and anywhere there is a b, I can replace it with 2a minus 1 in that second equation. Okay? All right? So we start to rewrite that second line. So it starts out as 5a minus what? Well, first we have to put the 3, right? But yes, then we do want to replace the b with 2a minus 1. And then what comes after the minus 1? Equals 0. Very good. Okay, so what are we going to do first here? Yes, very good. Distribute. We got to distribute the negative 3. So I've got 5a that I'm just going to bring down. What is negative 3 times 2a? Good. So I got negative 6a. And negative 3 times negative 1, positive 3, equals 0. All right, now before I move anything to different sides, do you guys see anything that's the same on the same side? Yeah, so what can we put together? Right, I can put those two together. What is 5a minus 6a? Good. So we've got negative 1a plus 3 equals 0. All right, what should we do now? Okay. So minus 3 from both sides. What is 0 minus 3? Very good. And then how do we get rid of that negative 1 in front of a? 5. All right, and what is negative 3 divided by negative 1? All right, so we found a. Now we just need to find b. And what do I do with this a so that I can find b? Right, go plug it in. And it doesn't matter which one, so either one. So do you guys want to use the top equation or the bottom equation? Top. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to plug it into that top equation. So we've got 2 times, what we say we could replace a with? Very good. Minus, good, nice. Okay, so what should we do now? Very good. What is 2 times 3? Good. So I got 6 minus b equals 1. Then what? So what is 1 minus 6? Very good. Negative b equals negative 5. Very good. There's a secret 1 in front, so we divide both sides by negative 1. Very good. And then remember, our last step is to write it as a coordinate point. However, they didn't give us x and y, so whenever you're trying to decide which number you're going to put first, just put them in alphabetical order. Okay, so which one would we put first? Right. Very good. Alright, so just like its name says, substitution literally just means to substitute.